views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of BronxNet or the program underwriters.
Hello and welcome to Open World. I'm your host, Veronica Guiti.
And I'm Sanji Lopez, and we're here at the grand opening and holiday party of BronxNet at the Hub.
Stick around as we talk to BronxNet's executive director, access producers, elected officials, students, and more. You don't want to miss this South Bronx edition of Open World.
Welcome to BronxNet at the Hub. Today we're happy to join you from our grand opening of our South Bronx studio.
There are many resources for BronxNet to take advantage of right here. And here to chat with us about that and much more is the executive director of BronxNet, Michael Max Nobby. Welcome, Max.
Thank you. Good day, great day. Welcome.
Good day, great day.
To BronxNet at the Hub.
Yes.
This is an auspicious occasion as
Yes,
we
it is.
are really launching what is a state-of-the-art production facility in the South Bronx.
Now, Michael, we just celebrated 25 years, and I think this is a great way to just show how BronxNet has progressed. I mean, just talk about some of the achievements that we've had here with BronxNet.
So, if you live in the Bronx, BronxNet is your public service multimedia network with workforce development training for the public. If you live in the Bronx, you could leverage our media education workshops. You could use our studios for free. You could take out our field production equipment to produce your own show to share with the Bronx and the world. If you're a student in the Bronx, if you're an educator in the Bronx, if you're a parent in the Bronx, if you have nieces, nephews, grandchildren, know that we have services for young people. We have internships for middle school, high school, and college students at all three of our locations, as well as opportunities for media education in the schools in partnership with youth education, with youth organizations and schools across the Bronx. So we are just getting started here at BronxNet at the Hub. We've really been serving since summertime,
Right.
But now we're kind of really fully launching here. But it's been a quarter century of services that we are celebrating together with BronxNet and community building through media.
And I think that's what I love about BronxNet. I mean,
Right.
both of us, you know, I've been with BronxNet for many years. Sanji is coming on, you know. I'm not going to say my age, but what I love about it is that you're grabbing us right at the core. As soon as we're coming out of school and saying, you know what, you want this career, you can have this career, and you're making it happen.
Right, and Veronica, I'm super excited because I grew up in this area of the Bronx, and I think this is an incredible resource for the Hub, for the community. And Michael Max, can you just tell us, when community members come in, what can they expect here at BronxNet at the Hub?
So we have the training in studio production and field production coming up in January, in the new year 2020. We already have students training right now, high school students training here right now, but we also have members of the public training every Saturday here right now in field production. They're already immersed and they're about to get certified. Once you're certified in either studio or field production, you can use our production equipment, you can use our studios for free to share your vision, share your program on BronxNet channels 67 through 70, 33 through 38. You can share with the world also at BronxNet.tv. And when you're a student in the Bronx, it's really a chance to kind of build experience for a career. It's experiential learning that happens here. I'm very proud of both of you.
Thank
Sanji,
you.
you started here when you were a college student.
did.
And now you're like one of our newest team members here. And we're very proud of you.
Thank you.
And you're doing great journalistic work. And Veronica, Fordham University student,
Don't say her age.
interning at BronxNet.
Yeah.
But you know, it's just like another exemplar. You
Yeah.
are an exemplar,
Thank you.
another exemplar leader, a media leader that started at BronxNet, now doing great things in media at BronxNet and beyond. And we're proud to work with you and welcome you all to participate in these programs that can help you in a competitive job landscape, in a media world, really leverage the technology that we have here at BronxNet that we've designed and built for you, as well as our media education services. So this is an open work. This is a nexus of activity. And this district, Sanji, where you grew up, it's clearly one of the most creative capitals of the world.
Right.
You know, it's tremendous culturally and vibrant and dynamic, and the people of the Bronx and South Bronx are resilient.
That's right.
And there's challenges.
Yeah,
and we have
absolutely.
to work together
But
to
you're helping
overcome
us.
those
That's what I was going to
challenges.
say. You're helping us overcome that. And Michael, thank you so much for always providing a voice to all the people here in the Bronx and beyond the Bronx to come and be able to take part with all the wonderful things that we have to offer. And it's always great to be back for things like this.
We are
So
providing
thank you.
services in the poorest congressional district, in the least healthy congressional district. If you have awareness, public awareness campaigns that involve health, that involve overcoming economic disparity, educational disparity, BronxNet can be your nexus to share that voice, your voice.
Thank you
Michael, thank
so
you so
much, Michael Max.
I know we're going to be hearing more from our Access producers.
Yes, we will.
So thank you so much.
Stick around with us. When we come back, I'll dip into some cuisine here on site at BronxNet at the Hub. We're now with Omar Canales of Seis Vecinos and Empineda from Foodie Down Bronx. Omar, thank you for catering our event this evening. Can you just tell me a little bit about Seis Vecinos here in the Bronx?
So we're a Central American restaurant here in the Bronx representing our Central American culture, Honduran, Salvadoran, Nicaraguan, Guatemalan, and Mexican cuisine. As we all are neighbors, as our name signifies, the 6 neighbors and plus, we're all neighbors here, we rub shoulders. We try to promote our Bronx culture, Central American presence here. And we wanted to share with BronxNet here in the South Bronx just culture and cuisine and beautiful Bronx flavor that we wanted to share with everyone here today. Hoping you can come and check us all out.
Absolutely. Em, I know you've been up in there several times, so can you tell us about your experience over at Seis Vecinos with Omar?
So collectively, I've had about 25 pupusas, thanks to this man right here. But I do love his restaurant. It's the vibes are amazing, the food is amazing, service is great, but I think it's a real big addition to the neighborhood. I know you guys have been there for a few years now, but I would say that if you've never been to Seis Vecinos, if you've never even been to the Bronx, that's the #1 restaurant you should go to. I've actually feel like anytime I go to his restaurant, I feel like I'm learning something new. I feel like I'm experiencing something new for my palate, and I'm also just learning the sort of like the behind the scenes of certain foods. So you get great food, you get a great education, and it's just a wonderful spot in the Bronx.
I love that, all in one, and it's here in our borough, in the Bronx. If I must say so myself, I'm not being biased when I say that the Bronx has some of the best food, and we're highlighting it on Foodie Down Bronx, so check us out. Omar, just tell us about what you brought for us here today.
So today we brought a whole assortment of pupusas, traditionally to El Salvador. It's one of our many features that we have. So pupusas are cheese-filled corn patties with either chicharrón, jalapeno, frijoles, a little bit for everyone, either vegetarian, meat eater. You know, we just a little bit for everyone, gluten-free. We have a little bit of everyone. So just cheese-filled goodness is what we try to serve for everybody, something that everyone can enjoy.
Sounds delicious. I gotta go get me some. Thank you so much, Omar. Thank you, Em. We're here with Rafael from Xochimilco restaurant here in the Bronx. Rafael, how are you?
Fine, thank you. And yourself?
I'm great, thank
Good
you.
to be here.
Thank you for joining us at our holiday party.
Thank you.
Can you tell us a little bit about Xochimilco Family Restaurant?
Yes, Xochimilco is a Mexican restaurant, family-oriented restaurant located on 653 Melrose Avenue. We have a traditional Mexican food, and so you are more than welcome to join us.
What are some of the fares that you brought for us here today at our holiday party?
Well, guacamole with chips, which is a very popular appetizer. We also have quesadillas with potato and sausage, and fried tacos with sausage, potato, cheese, and chicken.
And Rafael, can you tell us about the importance of just supporting small businesses such as yours here in the South Bronx, and now having BronxNet so close to your restaurant? We're just building this relationship, although you've been with us for a while now.
Yes, it's been quite some time. About 12 years ago, we met these guys, and since then we have a very good relationship. And it's so important for us to get help from the neighborhood. Yes.
Thank you so much, Rafael.
You're welcome.
I'm here with Jason Alicia from Empanology, and we're glad to have him join us. Thank you for being here.
I'm super excited to be here. Congratulations on a new space.
Thank you, and thank you for having some of your empanadas here for us for our opening. Can you just tell me about Empanology, how it started? You know, you're from the Bronx, all that good stuff.
So Empanology started in March 2018. Started as a pop-up concept. I was fresh out of culinary school. We landed a space in Mount Haven, not too far from here. We originally were supposed to be there for 6 months. We did well, we got a lot of good traction, and we ended up being there for 16 months. We actually just closed down in the beginning of November, but now you could find our food truck and our expanded menu over at the Bronx Brewery, right on 136 in Willow. We're there from Thursday through Sunday now, whipping up empanadas and a whole bunch of other good stuff.
And BronxNet is here to support you wherever you go, for sure.
I see it already. You guys from day one have always been a big support system, and I appreciate that.
Thank you. And you brought some empanadas. What kind of empanadas did you bring today?
So I brought pizza, I brought red velvet, and I brought our world famous chopped cheese empanada.
I'm about to bite into this right now because I'm a foodie, so I'm up in here. Thank you. Thank you, Jason. We're here with Paul and Anthony from Taste of the Bronx and the Bronx Beer Hall.
And from the Bronx and Mainland Media.
Yo, they do everything in the Bronx. So we're really happy to have you guys here and support you on the ventures, and you guys supporting us as well, you know?
Thank you.
You have some announcements to make. You're going to start doing pop-ups here.
We are. We have tons of announcements to make, but the first is congratulations to BronxNet. This is a beautiful space, so we're just happy to be here. And on December 21st, we will be back with Taste of the Bronx for our monthly pop-up market.
And Paul, can you tell me about, you know, we've been to Taste of the Bronx before. We know that this is just actively trying to engage the community in an incredible event to host, you know, just a space for food, business, and all of that. How important is that for Bronx businesses?
I mean, it's important for people that otherwise wouldn't have a platform, you know what I mean? And there's a lot of people that have a unique talent but may not have the business know-how, and we're giving them an opportunity to really test their wits at the business, you know, and see if it's something that they can sustain and that they want to do for the rest of their lives. You know, you never know. Some people are good in the kitchen, and other people are better on the front end. And I think we're really just giving an opportunity left and right to individuals that can show us, you know, where their strengths are and if they're suited to do what they want to do for the rest of their lives.
Are you guys still looking for vendors to join?
We are always looking for vendors. We're looking for vendors even after we've completed packing this market. We'll be looking for vendors for the next market. So if you know of anyone that is interested, visit us online at tasteofthebronx.com and fill out a vendor application. And if you are planning your holiday shopping, make sure to come see us on Saturday, December 21st at BronxNet's new studios.
Oh, Anthony, thank you so much. And you know we can't have a holiday party and food without coquito, and we have none other than Zoraida's Coquito, award-winning coquito from here in the Bronx. We're here with Rafael from Zoraida's Coquito. Rafael, can you tell me about Zoraida's Coquito?
Este Coquito has won 3 Coquito Master Champions of New York City. Not only that, the New York City League of Puerto Rican Women Lifetime Achievement Award recipient, amongst many other accolades. We're very proud of Zoraida's Coquito because this coquito has become renowned throughout New York City. Everybody is looking for us, and we are hard to find. But you know what? It only takes Facebook.com or YouTube to find us. We don't have very much to say. The coquito speaks for itself, and you know, and we are so proud to be on BronxNet every year with our coquito, letting everybody know in the Bronx that we as Bronx Knights are very proud to have something that's enjoyed by all New Yorkers. But you know what? All the credit goes to Zoraida because she has been the enchimama of Coquito. Zoraida's Coquito, ladies and gentlemen, that is my wife, 40 years, and I am so proud to represent her. And you know what? My last statement, woman power, because behind every great man is a greater woman.
Say it like that. That is what it is. Let me get a little sip on camera real quick. Veronica, I'm going to bring you some as soon as I finish mine, but let me just get a little sip real quick.
And I want you to record her reaction.
Delicious. Soraida's Coquito, everyone. From here in the Bronx.
Thank you so much, Sanji. All that food looks amazing, seriously. I'm here with BronxNet Access producer Kitty Rose. Welcome. I hope you're enjoying yourself.
Girl. I
just thought if I say that. I know.
I just finished eating and drinking that coquito.
Yes. I can't have the coquito yet, but maybe after the show. But
so excuse if I'm enjoying myself.
So Kitty, you know, you've been on with us before, but for those who don't know about your show, Kitty is an Access producer. Tell us about your show.
Well, the first show I started in 2016 was called Natural Sessions.
Right.
So that's going into its third season now. But because of our new studio, I'm actually producing a brand new show called News at the Hub, with everything related to things that goes on right here at the Hub. And I'm going to be using our new studio, this new facility, in order to bring that new program to our Bronx community.
Now, what part of the Bronx are you from?
Girl, I'm from Brooklyn.
Oh, she's from Brooklyn. Okay.
But my children say, can you please stop telling people you from Brooklyn because you've been in the Bronx now 20 years?
Okay, you know what? Stop it. You're a Bronxite.
So I live in the Soundview area of the Bronx, which is why this is ideal.
It is, right?
Because Lehman is phenomenal.
Yes, it is.
Mercy is beautiful. Yeah. But this
is easier to get to.
15 minutes from my house. Mm-hmm. So when it comes to like the old school rappers that used to just make mixtapes all the time and put in their trunk, I'm now gonna be producing content. So with this new show literally being 15 minutes from my house, girl, bye. It's gonna be on and popping. I'm excited.
So talk about some of the news topics that you're hoping to cover for your show.
Well, you know, I'm curious to see how the businesses and the programs work with the people.
Okay.
And I don't mean just the people. There's a lot of activity that happens in this area. Yeah. And there's a lot of great opportunities that happen in this area. But I want to know, how do the three entities work together? How does businesses work with people selling drugs outside of their businesses? Yeah. Or how does community programs really reach applicants who are in the program but might be distracted by the elements that are in this area? So I kind of want to attack what's good about the hub against what's bad about the hub, and how we can make it better. You know what I mean? But bringing all these elements, because it's interesting how they all coexist. This is a very crowded area. Right. It's not one of the best looking ones, but there's a lot of
coming up though.
It's coming up.
To Michael and Lisa, it's really, we see a lot of progress that's happened right here in this neighborhood.
But with the progress, even without seeing it, there's a lot of stuff that is in this area that we don't know about. There's like 5 or almost 10 different community programs that deal with children, that deal with the homeless, that deal with women, that deal with welfare recipients. So there's so much that goes on, but I think it gets clouded by what's ugly about getting off the train over here. I kind of want to see, they gotta exist. Yeah. They gotta coexist together some kind of way. So I want to kind of figure out, how does that work? Because nobody's leaving. You know what I'm saying? It just gets bigger and bigger, or progresses more with like new studios like this that's coming to this. What makes a studio when it comes to this area? What makes new development once it comes to this area? So I'm curious to see how all that connects together, and why not do that when I got a home right here that I can utilize the studio and the equipment to shoot out in the field.
Have you always been interested in media?
No.
So how did you find out about BronxNet, and what made you say, you know what, I want to be on TV. I want to be able to get my voice heard?
Well, being someone who was anti-Bronx for so long, I finally said, let me find out why I'm so against it, and find out the things that actually are good about the Bronx. Okay. And then not only find out what's good about the Bronx, but then take advantage of that.
And then also move here now.
Well, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I found out about BronxNet, and that this was my first introduction to public access, period, before any of the other boroughs. So when I saw that you had to, live in the area in order to become a certified producer, I was like, okay, I live in the Bronx, I'm a woman, you know, I'm a minority. How does all those attributes actually help me? And then I was producing content for other businesses, for other small businesses. I was teaching, I was showing them how to use technology to advance or incorporate in their small business. So by utilizing the tools that I learned here at BronxNet, I just was using those tools and working with other businesses. But when you have a calling, no matter how much you run from it, eventually it's gonna come back to you.
Yeah.
And because now I'm becoming an empty nester,
oh boy,
the transition of my life is now what's happening. And I was just eventually moved. The people in the street came to me and said, Kat, I love when you're doing this. Kat, I love when you're doing this. And I was thinking, was it an earring? Was it a t-shirt? Was it a program? It wasn't any of those one particular things. It was all of it because of the energy or the passion I brought behind what I was doing. And that's just God. That wasn't really even me. So with God's spirit moving me and people being, I guess, me being approachable and people receiving me, eventually the next calling was to get in front of the camera because I was behind the camera. I just thought to bring out materials, but people wanted to see me and I was fighting that because I've never been a lead. I've always been an extra.
Oh, you are definitely a leader, I'm kidding. And we're so excited for your new show to come, and thank you for letting your light shine.
Thank you, Veronica.
Every time I see you, you do. So thank you.
Well, you know why? Because I'm a reflection of you, and you're always glowing.
You're a sweetheart.
So,
thank you so much.
Thank you.
So good to have you. We have to take a low break, but we'll be right back with our elected officials right here at the Hub.
Welcome to BronxNet at the Hub. Can we get a round of applause for Acute Inflections, this beautiful jazz duo, Alicia and Siddiqui. Acute Inflections are going to be performing throughout the night. And amongst us right now are terrific partners with BronxNet. You know, we're celebrating a quarter century of public services this year. Does everybody know that BronxNet's celebrating with you, the community, 25 years of public service? And throughout those 25 years, we have had a rock-solid, reliable partner in the Lehman College Media Studies program. So if you're a student in the Bronx, if you're a middle school student, high school student, or college student, you can take media workshops at BronxNet. And we have 3 locations. This is our 3rd and newest location. Why are we here in the South Bronx? It's because we did a community needs assessment in 2009 that determined that the people of the South Bronx also
need access to the services that BronxNet provides for the public and for our youth, for our students. And that's why we designed and built, first of all, we identified space. Then we designed and built BronxNet at the Hub in 3rd Avenue. So this studio is for you. If you live in the Bronx, if you live in the South Bronx, if you go to school in the Bronx, we've built this TV studio, state-of-the-art studio, this pop-up studio. The media production technology that we've installed here is for you to share your vision with the Bronx and the world. So leverage that. BronxNet is your media toolkit. Also, with us, we have a tremendous board of directors. And on behalf of our board of directors, I welcome you to BronxNet at the Hub on 3rd Avenue. And our chairman is Paul T. Gentile, the former district attorney, and his leadership and guidance, along with Madaha Kinsey Lamb, a longtime board member, and John Kalazi, is tremendous. Also helping us to identify this space is board member Nicholas Lugo of the New York City Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, another BronxNet board member who has offered us tremendous guidance. And with us tonight is BronxNet board member Kenneth McGuire, who comes to us from WABC. We have a tremendous team at BronxNet. Now, if you are a member of the BronxNet team, let me hear you loud and proud. Put your X's up right now. BronxNet team members, people need to know who you are because they're gonna ask you questions. Philip Lane, Audrey Duncan, Ramon Torres Santa, Kanisha, Kaleem, Steve, Jorge, Denzel. We've got Francesca and Carl. We've got Nathaniel. We got people here that are here to provide public service to you, including Giselle, including Bernardo, our programming manager. I mean, if you're a BronxNet team member and you've gotten a couple of Emmy nominations, let me hear you scream right now. Aria Feliciano, former student at Lehman College. Now she is an Emmy-recognized artist, and she does those amazing little animations, Get to Know the Bronx on BronxNet. For a quarter century, we've been producing programs by, for, and about the Bronx, and we do debates and voter literacy programs, and right here is Gary Axelbank, who you recognize from BronxNet, Bronx Talk. It's community engagement, it's community literacy, and if you are a BronxNet access producer, put your X's up. Let me hear you scream loud and proud right now. You guys are hustling and you are bustling. I can't hear you. Jamila Austin, I can't hear you. Cool Clyde Hines, I can't hear you. Put your X's up. And you know, we've got a reality check, which is a science fiction spectacular that is produced by Miss Hayward that is incredible. She's producing a sci-fi show, soap opera, right in our TV studios. So check it out, reality check. What is that? Bernardo, what channel is that? 68. 68 on Optimum, 34 on Fios. So behind me is a mural. Can Laura Alvarez from Bronx Arts Factory come up? And Shia, we have partners including the arts community and creative community. And they're a team of students that painted the We Are the Bronx mural right here at BronxNet at the Hub. Do you want to say something?
Sure. I wanted to thank you for inviting us to create this mural. It was a blank canvas, and with the students, they decided that they wanted to showcase what the Bronx is and the history of the Bronx and how we can flourish from whatever happened here before. So thanks to you and other organizations, that what happened in the Bronx. And thank you guys for all your effort, and we're here.
Working with Bronx Arts Factory was a great experience over the summer, getting to work with other high school students like me and sharing our artistic ideas in order to see these blank walls and come up with something that represented the Bronx to us, which resulted in this summer project that led us to the mural that you can see right here. And I'm grateful for the opportunity and experience from Laura and BronxNet. Thank you.
So as you see, there's been activity in this space over the summer. as well as through now, we've got workshops every Saturday here in field production that are happening. If you live in the South Bronx, you can take these workshops. The next cycles start in January. You can register now. There's information right here. You can talk to folks right here and now. And then we've also had, over the summer, a cohort of high school students who have been getting immersive learning experiences at BronxNet Learning post-production. We have a partnership with Community Board Athletic Leadership League. C-Ball is a tremendous partner, and it's engaging youth, and they're here 4 days a week with students. They had about 18 students over the summer, and now we have a new cohort of students, and they're producing programs that we're going to be broadcasting and that we are broadcasting on BronxNet. So they're doing C-Ball Clubhouse Kids Radio and the Young Millennials. Here's Sunshine.
Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is like our second home because we've been here training, working with our young kids and preparing them for the C-Ball Clubhouse radio show. I'm really excited. We're working with the Work, Learn, and Grow program from DYCD as well as students from middle school and high school. I think this is a great experience for our young teens and our young students to engage in learning broadcasting in regards to hosting a show. They're working behind the scenes as far as engineering. They're also learning video and editing. So I just think it's a great door opener for young people to learn about the career of broadcasting, and hopefully that'll open up some jobs. So these young kids that you see here, you might see a future anchor person on Channel 7 and on Channel 2, Channel 4, and to know that they started here, BronxNet is everything. So I'm just so grateful to BronxNet for giving us this opportunity, and I'm excited about the C-Ball Clubhouse radio show coming to BronxNet. So please, please, please watch the show. It's going to be for our youth. It's going to engage our youth, and it's going to be great conversation and feedback, and hopefully we'll be looking forward to reaching more youth through funding and programming. So definitely with the funding, we could be able to assist more kids. So we definitely need your funding. We're a nonprofit. Shout out to Sleep Johnson, our CEO. He's somewhere in here. And everyone else, our trainers, FM Woodall, and all my kids here. I'm looking forward to it. Just C-Ball Clubhouse radio shows coming to BronxNet real soon. Thank you.
So this was a vacant space for many years before we made it this media active hub in the hub, this access for the public and the community. And I'm gonna tell you what this was in a moment, but I also want to acknowledge and introduce our community leaders here that have come and joined us here at BronxNet at the Hub. City Councilwoman Vanessa Gibson and Councilman Mark Jonai.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. Thank you all for coming out. This is really an incredibly important event at an important time. I am thankful to be a member of the New York City Council representing the West Bronx communities of Claremont, Claremont Village, Concourse, Concourse Village, Highbridge, Mount Eden, Morris Heights, and Morrisania. I'm equally as proud to say that I am a friend of BronxNet. I have worked with BronxNet for my entire tenure in the New York City Council, 6 years now, and for the 4 years I served as an assembly member, and even prior to that, when I worked for Aurelia Green. And I love and appreciate the team at BronxNet. And I certainly want to recognize our great friend, advocate, and champion, Michael Maxnaby. Thank you, Michael, for everything you have done. To Gary Axelbank and the team, and really to everybody for all of the work that you do each and every day. There is nothing greater than making sure that the voices of our residents are always uplifted. And through public access TV, through making sure that our clergy, our community advocates, our leaders, our faith-based leaders, community-based organizations, making sure that they have a voice is empowering. It gives them an opportunity to share their message with the entire borough of the Bronx. No matter where you're from, what corner of the Bronx, what zip code, it doesn't matter. And for 25 years, BronxNet has been doing just that. And I am so thankful. You have always opened your doors to me. I've been on BronxNet many, 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 many times on so many shows. And I also am just grateful that you really do lift up the voices of Bronx residents. You talk about many of the issues that are relevant to today. You give a voice to a lot of people who don't have a voice. You give power to so many people that feel powerless. And in the environment of social media and technology, we have to make sure we continue to invest in public access television and media. So we at the City Council are proud to work with all of you. BronxNet has been a friend. This City Council and this Bronx delegation has put our voice collectively in the budget to make sure that there is capital funding and money to keep BronxNet going into the next 25 years. And we will continue to do that, because you can't just talk about it, you have to be about it. And so I thank you, BronxNet, for the work you do every single day. Thank you for helping to educate and empower and enrich the lives of Bronx residents all across this great borough. I congratulate you on this new home. It just further adds to your growing work and your overall commitment every day. Whether it's at Mercy College, at Lehman College, and now here in the Hub, you are continuing to put your dent in the history of Bronx County. Your footprints are there for others to follow, right? And so I thank you for the footprint, BronxNet. I thank you for the foundation. I thank you for the commitment and the investment that you have made in the Bronx. Congratulations and continued success to the BronxNet family. Thank you, everyone.
Can we give a round of applause to my colleague here, Councilwoman Vanessa Gibson, who said everything and left nothing for me to say? Let's give her another round of applause. It's a proud day for the borough of the Bronx. I support BronxNet because BronxNet supports Bronx sites. And this is a great day for the Hub. In this past budget, I allocated $300,000 of my own money to make sure that BronxNet keeps providing the services that it needs, because we're benefiting from BronxNet. The Bronx is better because of BronxNet. God bless you. Keep it up.
Thank you, Councilman. Mr. Bronx himself. Together we are stronger. Thank you, council members. Thank you for your support and your leadership. And we have great partners in the South Bronx, including Osto Center for the Arts and Culture with John McElwee, and we have the Center for Bronx Nonprofits with Eileen Newman, who does a show on BronxNet. But we have tremendous partners right in this building with the 3rd Avenue bid and Michael Brady, the Bronx co-working space, who's here. Do you want to just say a few words? This is Michael Brady. Round of applause for this guy.
So on behalf of the 250 plus businesses on 3rd Avenue, we want to welcome BronxNet at the Hub. We are so excited that everyone made it out tonight to celebrate yet another Hub success story. I first got to know BronxNet about 5 years ago, and since then our relationship has really blossomed. So I am so thrilled with the work that's happening here, and so thrilled with your future home at La Centrale that you will be really intrinsically part of the lifeblood that is the South Bronx. So Michael, welcome to the whole BronxNet family. We're happy to have you.
Thank you. And speaking of Bronx business, we have nourishment and culinary excellence from South Bronx restaurants from right in this area, including from Charlie's Bar and Kitchen, the fried chicken. We've got from Zolci Milko Family Restaurants, and there he is, Rafael Mata and family, right on 153rd and Melrose with the taquitos. And then Omar, raise your hands. Hi, where's Omar Canales? There he is. Seis Vecinos with Central American cuisine and pupusas from El Salvador right now. And then we also have somebody coming from Empanology. Jason Alicia is coming here. He'll be here in a few minutes with some delicious empanadas. And Zoraida's Coquito. There's Rafael. That's your ambassador. You know the holidays are officially here with Zoraida's Coquito. And then from the entire Bronx and the business community across the Bronx, we have representatives of the Bronx Chamber of Commerce with John Bonizio. And I want to bring up Lisa Soren, the president of the Bronx Chamber of Commerce.
Totally unexpected, so I'll keep it short. Congratulations. BronxNet is an institution for us business, and we are proud to have you as a partner, short-term, long-term, for as long as you will have us. The Hub is so lucky to have you guys here. We have them in the Mercy College campus, so congratulations. Thank you for allowing us to be a partner. And all those fabulous business out there, make sure you put in your membership.
Grazie, bella. We have desserts from the Motley Kitchen. That's right in the Hub as well. That's just down the block. Delicious desserts. And we also, do we have the cupcakes here from Upcakes? Ital and Vital cupcakes. Hot and savory. BronxNet branded cupcakes are coming from Upcakes. These are all Bronx businesses. You know, if you have news and information, if you have ideas that you want to share, these studio spaces are for you. Whether it be at our state-of-the-art studio, or did everybody see our pop-up studio? Estefania and Ramon, raise your hands high. These are great media educators at BronxNet. And they can take you through the paces to produce your own show tonight, right now. That's right, you look like you're ready for prime time. They can help you get ready right now and do your own show, which we'll broadcast with the world on BronxNet.tv. We also have elite athletes. There are 20 runners running from Hunts Point to BronxNet at the Hub right now from Mile Stylers. It's about health and fitness and engaging in healthy activity, eating healthy, and that's what we're gonna also produce from BronxNet at the Hub. Arguably, people say it's the least healthy district, and we are, they say, the least healthy county. Let's work together to change that. Hashtag not 62. Let's stay Bronx strong together. Let's care for our loved ones, our friends, and our family by encouraging our friends and family to eat healthy, and let's be role models for them together on BronxNet TV.
TV news, radio reports, and newspaper headlines in the 1970s and 80s misrepresented communities in the borough of the Bronx. Then, something transformative happened. By, for, and about the Bronx, BronxNet was born.
We are BronxNet!
BronxNet provides media education,
opening the doors to competitive careers in the media industry
for thousands of students in middle school,
high school,
and college.
BronxNet.
So we're continuing with our grand opening here at the Hub, and we're now joined with Milestyle. Miguel, the founder of Milestyle, is here with us with his crew right behind us.
Absolutely. They're here.
And you guys ran to our grand opening, so it's like just welcoming us to the South Bronx.
Absolutely. We ran from the Hunts Point area of the Bronx. We meet at the Point Community Center in Hunts Point every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. just offering health and the sport of running to anyone in the Bronx who wants to join us.
As we would say here in the Bronx, it's brick outside right now, but this is nothing for you guys. It's regular, a walk in the park from Hunts Point to here.
It is very cold, but we run all year round. So all weather conditions, whether it's blazing hot or freezing cold, we're out there.
What does it mean to just be in this space, in this communal space here at BronxNet at the Hub?
It means a lot. I mean, it means a lot for creatives. It means a lot for people who want to express themselves through journalism and television and filming. And this is a beautiful location. It's a very big spot, way bigger than the previous studio that I had the privilege of visiting a couple of months back. This place looks awesome, and we're just happy to be here and to see it. And we hope that BronxNet only grows bigger and better.
Thank you for joining us, Milestyle. Yes. Shout out to the crew.
What up, y'all?
Welcome back. We're here now with council members Mark Zonai and Vanessa Gibson. Welcome to our new studio.
Thank you.
What do you think?
It's beautiful.
Yes, and I'm so glad to have you both here.
It's incredible the amount of energy here and the excitement tonight.
Yeah.
In the South Bronx.
In the South Bronx, we made it. So just, I wanted to talk about the importance of giving this opportunity to our Bronxites, to letting them share their stories. Why is that so important for you to also hear their concerns?
Well, I think it's important because BronxNet is public access media.
Yeah.
It's local television for residents from all over the borough to be able to hear from local community residents, community board residents and others, and elected officials. I think it gives power to residents. It allows them to be uplifted in terms of the work they do. I also think it's different from mainstream media. It's really hard to get mainstream media to come to our community, to our borough, to talk about issues that are important to us. So public access media and public access TV for us really is that opportunity to hear from your churches, your faith-based groups, your community-based organizations. Great initiatives happening around healthcare, jobs, economic development, elected officials, all the great initiatives that we are a part of that sometimes don't reach mainstream media.
That's true. Now, Mark, both of you are no stranger to BronxNet, and you always come on and you're talking about what you're doing for the community, but just talk about how you love to get the information from your constituents right here from our channels.
The broadcasting that you allow truly makes you the people's public broadcasting. I've seen so many shows and so many different public informational aspects that have been brought to the attention that without your station wouldn't have been possible. So this is an incredible day to see the transformation of BronxNet to continue to increase its foothold from Lehman to Mercy College and now to the Hub. It's an incredible advancement. I just hope you keep it up because what you're doing is allowing this to be the public broadcast system for the entire borough of the Bronx. And the Bronx is benefiting from you, and that's why we support BronxNet.
And as Michael was saying earlier, we could not have done this without the support of our council members. So first, thank you to you both, for always supporting BronxNet and the channels and the mission that we have here.
I think it's amazing. I mean, I think if you look back 25 years ago, the Bronx was a different picture. It was different from what it is today. And I think that speaks volumes to a lot of the stakeholders that invested in the Bronx a lot of times with very little resources, very little money, and very little opportunity, but they really had a hope. They had a hope and a dream. They stepped out on faith and prayer and just a lot of, efforts believing that the Bronx would be better. And BronxNet was a part of that. We were a part of talking about the devastation, the underinvestment, the disinvestment, but also the growth, the opportunity, the new renaissance, the Metro North stations we're getting, the job opportunities we're creating, all of the things we're doing around, hip hop and education and access to government assistance and public education. I just think it's really amazing, and so I applaud BronxNet and Michael Maxnabi and the team for not only opening your doors to all of us. I mean, we've been on BronxNet countless times because we also want to talk about the events we're doing, initiatives we have, priorities at the City Council, and BronxNet has allowed us to do that opportunity. And I really appreciate it because it is really hard to get media to come to events, and BronxNet has always been there for my district, for Mark's district, for many other council members. You have always been there, and for that we're very grateful.
Yeah, don't forget that they also offer media outlet workshops and now student internships that the Bronxites can benefit from. And that's an incredible program. I mean, you yourself were a part of that internship program. Look at you today.
Thank you.
That's a success in itself. And it's just incredible to see this transformation and how much you offer all Bronxites.
And I think what I love is that we're able to see what you all are working on consistently, what you're trying to do for the community through our channels. You always open up your doors and let us know about the events that you're having, and we get to cover those events. So just talk about what we have coming up for 2020. What are you excited about? What can Bronxites see in your district to come?
So I think, number one, it's an exciting year. 2020 is the presidential primary.
That's right.
We have to be a part of the voting process. We have to help to educate voters on why it's important to vote, the history of voting. Census 2020, we should actively be talking about. There is a lot of opportunity in terms of jobs, recruitment efforts, outreach. We have to make sure that every Bronx resident is counted, but we also have to make sure we talk about the issues that are very relevant. We still struggle around health disparities. We are still 62 out of all 62 counties in the state of New York. That is a problem. We still have too many children that live with asthma. We have high rates of students that are in temporary housing. We are filtered and saturated with too many shelters in our borough, and we need to build real long-term affordable housing. We have to make sure we invest in our schools. So we have to do these events that focus on working with our educators, our small businesses, and continue to invest in our mom and pop shops so that they are able to not only strive but thrive. We have to make sure that we're educating residents on their rights as tenants and owners, whether they live in a co-op or public housing. We have to make sure we hold government accountable. We're in the last 2 years of this current administration, and we want to make sure that our priorities are given its fair attention and also our fair share of dollars. So working with the mayor's office, the borough president, working with all the elected officials, we have to make sure that through our events we educate, we empower, we enrich, whether it's Black history, women's history, Three Kings, whether it's Pride, job fairs, resource fairs, celebrating veterans. I can go on and on.
I know.
These are events we do from January to December every single year. And then in the summertime, while we break on many events, but we still are very active. So these are the events that we promote through BronxNet, and you've always been there promoting and providing outreach. And, you know, again, we're thankful for that.
Before we read, I just want to mark, because I know that you're also very passionate about the census. What can we do to make sure that everybody is counted?
The census is a priority. I mean, if we get this one wrong, we'll shortchange the borough of the Bronx and the city of New York and the state of New York, and it's not going to be fair. It's the next 10 years that are at risk here. So everyone must be counted. We've invested tremendous amounts in the city council. I know the state's doing their own as well, but it's going to be incumbent upon everyone, whether it be civic associations, religious institutions, to make sure that we all do our part to make sure that our Bronxites get registered. But I would just want to harp up on the 2020 upcoming year. Councilmember Vanessa Gibson mentioned quite a bit. I hope 2020 is the year that we actually reverse this terrible trend of the opioid addictions and overdoses that we have. The borough of the Bronx is suffering, our families are suffering, and I hope that this upcoming year more resources will be pumped into combating that epidemic. It's destroying families and lives, it's taking lives. We focus on so many different issues. I can't think of a bigger priority, and that's what will be my focus for the upcoming year.
Thank you both so much for being here. Thank you for always being such a great support to BronxNet. It was so great talking to you.
And congratulations.
Thank you so much. We have to take a quick break, but when we come back, we'll have a more exciting guest, so stay with us.
I hope they think about the Bronx in a different way that is not what they've seen in the movies.
That's Laura Alvarez's goal for this unique Bronx-centric mural, We Are the Bronx. It is a visual welcome to future users of BronxNet upcoming studios and media labs at the Hub, which tells the history of the Bronx.
It starts at the beginning of the 19th century when the Bronx was being built.
I showed like activities that would have occurred, like how people mostly had to like look in the mirror to dress up.
And then the Bronx became the place to live for rich people that didn't want to live downtown anymore.
Giselle Ramirez, recent high school graduate, shows us part of the mural she painted, which describes what was happening in the 1970s.
During the 1970s, hip-hop was born in the Bronx, and that's why I decided to make like silhouettes of like hip-hop dancers. And I decided to outline the whole thing in red because during the 70s, redlining happened.
The whole concept was created back in Think, Create, Share Lab, where high school students gathered ideas to represent the Bronx and where they live.
We all together can do this, because one person at a time cannot do it, but if we all put our effort, it could happen.
BronxNet is opening the interim studio facility at 2825 3rd Avenue in preparation for the coming of BronxNet's media center at the La Central development in 2021. Reporting for BronxNet, Yesenia Ramos.
Welcome back. Joining us now is the Community Board Athletic Leadership League, also known as CBAL. They are a community-based athletic nonprofit organization designed for the youth ages 7 through 18. We have Sanji standing by with CBAL, but before we talk to them, let's see Sanji's package at Roberto Clemente Plaza with members of CBAL.
BronxNet studios are coming soon to the South Bronx. The new media facilities at the Hub and La Central will partner with schools and organizations to provide students with media training and bring services to the community around the Hub.
This is your community bridge to media from the Bronx to the world at the Hub in the South Bronx. BronxNet is open for business. Subscribe to our newsletter at BronxNet.tv. See us on social media at BronxNet TV. And find out more how you can participate in your studios in the South Bronx. We have built studios for you, South Bronx, in the Hub.
Joining BronxNet at the pilot site is Community Board Athletic Leadership League, or CBAL, a community-based athletic not-for-profit organization for New York City youth.
We've been doing great things in the community. We cater to all the kids in the Bronx from community boards 1 through 12.
As the organization continues growing through basketball games, health programs, and a recording studio, CBAL will also be hosting the CBAL Clubhouse radio show on BronxNet. We spoke to some of the participating youth about their experience with the program.
I like how the fact that CBAL keeps kids off the street and keeps the youth out the streets. Because it's not just for kids, it's for the youth in general.
We have things like peace dinners, which brings all the youth together from different communities. And it's fun, it has entertainment. I was a part of the RAC CBAL team. It's also a good opportunity for us to bond. This summer I'll be working for CBAL as a radio host.
I used to be a host too, but now I'm an artist with them because now we have a recording studio as well with the young millennials. Having an album coming out.
CBAL is an invaluable service for Bronx youth and their parents, and best of all services are completely free of charge.
At the end of the day, we want to be able to satisfy the child as well as the household. So any way that we can help and make a holistic outcome for the family, that's what CBAL is all about. And we're going to continue to do more programming as opposed to what comes into the community, what is needed. CBAL is going to reach out and connect. That's why I'm so glad that we're working with BronxNet, because BronxNet has that same love. If you want to also be a part of CBAL, come to our website, www.c-ball.org. Be a member, it's free, and we'll take you in like family. We all family here.
CBAL Clubhouse radio show will be coming to BronxNet TV soon here at the Hub. Reporting for BronxNet, Sanji Lopez. CBAL! So we're back here at BronxNet at the Hub's holiday party with CBAL. Yeah, we remember meeting them back in the summertime before the Hub even started. You're one of the first groups to be incepted, started at the Hub. Just tell me about what's been going on so far with CBAL.
Well, Sanji, we have been training. We have been doing training and recording and also editing and hosting and preparing the kids to go on television. They're really excited, but I'm really proud of this set of kids that came. They're on point. They're ready to go. I'm just really proud. I can't wait until we get this rolling. We got such a great show we want to bring to BronxNet. So I'm just looking forward to all the feedback we're going to get from youth, their age, and the conversations that we're going to have. It's going to be awesome.
That sounds amazing, Sunshine. And I'm so glad to hear that the kids are enjoying it. I just want to hear a little bit from the kids. I remember some of y'all from the summer. So I just want to hear what's been going on here at BronxNet at the Hub.
Well, my name is Josiah, and I'm a host. And here we've been training for the show. You know, it's real fun. It's like interacting, so it's real engaging. And yeah, it's been good.
My name is Manessa, so I'm a producer. So I usually just help them with time management, just make sure that they're organized, and yeah.
My name is Alicia. I'm one of the hosts here. This is my first session, so I wasn't here in the summer. And I feel like it's a great experience. We've been training, as Tracy said, and I'm just ready for it to go live.
My name is Destiny Ray. I am an artist myself and a ghostwriter. I feel like CBAL and this organization working with BronxNet has been fantastic. A wonderful opportunity for minorities to come in together and just do something positive and bring out the youth. So it's great. I can't wait to see what happens in the future. I'm so grateful.
I love this, and I love that it's happening here at the Hub.
It is, and I just want to do a little quick glimpse of our young men back here. They're basically doing a lot of the video editing and production piece. So I'm proud of them too, because they're doing a great job in conjunction with the show. So I'm really proud.
We have one of the young men back here editing right now here at the Hub. So they're always in action. They're always here. Every time I come to the Hub, CBAL is hard at work here at the Hub. Now, Sunshine, the studios are finally ready. How do the kids feel about that? I know you were angsty and waiting for it to be constructed.
Yes, we've been waiting patiently, but at the same time, we've been doing a lot of training, so we've been perfecting while we've been waiting. So I think everything goes in perfect timing. So now that everything's up and running, I really feel secure that we're going to do a great show without a miss, without a slip, and I'm just so excited to bring it to BronxNet because, like I said, these kids right here, they're gonna definitely bring a buzz to the Bronx in regards to the C-Ball Clubhouse radio show. So definitely tune in when we get on BronxNet.
Thank you so much, Sunshine, C-Ball. You guys are the future. Thank you so much, and congrats.
I gotta give a shout out to our trainer that does the video, Frank FM Woodall. He's right here.
How you doing? Hello. I'm doing fine. You know, I'm proud of what we're doing so far, working with the kids of the Bronx. You know, I work with the media behind the scenes. So I teach like editing, and we learn about the digital cameras. I train them in that. And we also working on content, putting together content for the TV show. So.
I love that. I love that. You're doing so much for the community, and I think it's so important to highlight the youth in the Bronx in particular. And you know, you guys put it all together very well. So congrats.
You're doing an awesome job too. So I gotta big you up. I love watching you on your show. I watch you all the time. So great work.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Congrats.
Joining us now is Michael Brady, Executive Director of the 3rd Avenue Bid, and Lisa Sorin, President of the Bronx Chamber of Commerce. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you
for
we are
having
so
us.
happy to have the both of you here today. Michael, thank you for inviting us into your neighborhood.
Please, my pleasure.
So this is so much fun. I am excited. You see the energy that's going on around here today. Just talk about, Michael, first, like how does it feel to have us here in your space? I know you're loving us. You said yes already, but
You know, it's so wonderful having BronxNet here. You know, BronxNet has been a community institution for so long, and the South Bronx has really wanted them here, and I'm so glad that you guys are here now. The energy in the room is amazing. The energy in the neighborhood is amazing. It's something that I really think has been missing in our neighborhood, and we're so happy that BronxNet has been able to come here, and we welcome them with open arms.
Oh, thank you so much. And Lisa, you know, talking about new energy, what you've been doing with the Bronx Chamber is great. I love all the meetups that you've been having for the small business owners. But just talk about the opportunity now that they have here with BronxNet to come and have their own shows to talk about their small business.
Well, I'll tell you, first of all, I say that 3rd Avenue was dying for them because they're jealous that I have them in my backyard at Mercy. But that's okay, right?
Little jealous.
Just a little bit. I'll tell you that BronxNet offers such an amazing service. As the Bronx Chamber, we always try to figure out what we can provide to our businesses that they can't get just on the average, right? And then you guys open the doors, and it's easy for us to say, marketing, join this energy that you have here, which is contagious, and have an opportunity to have your voice on a different level. You know, the conversations you have one-on-one is one thing, but when you're serious about things or your business and you just want an outlet, and BronxNet is a perfect outlet. It's in everybody's backyard, social media so strong, everybody has the channels. So it's a neighborhood piece that every community should have, and no better place than the hub. I mean, the stuff that Mike is doing here
I was going to talk about that.
You know, the next president of the United States.
I think we'll be very happy.
I think so. You know, but he has such a strong voice, and what he brings to the hub, to Bruckner Boulevard, to the South Bronx. Let's be real.
Let's just talk about that progress, right? I mean, the hub has to. I grew up in the Bronx in Soundview, so I used to come here and go to all the stores on 3rd Avenue. But I just see the progress that it's making. You know, even with the little park where we had the Christmas tree lighting last year.
That's right.
I mean, I love it. So just talk about some of the changes in case those who haven't jumped on the 2 and 5, in case they don't know.
Absolutely. You know, we are the transportation hub in the Bronx. We service about 350,000 people daily. We have over 250 shops, you know, various properties of all different sizes and ranges. And, you know, over the past 3 to 5 years, we've seen such an uptick in terms of commercial development, the development of mom and pop businesses, new opening green space, and just, you know, a more equitable line of city service deployment. So anything from sanitation to you know, assistance with the homelessness and you know, the opioid crisis that the area is currently undergoing. You know, we've seen such a investment on behalf of the private sector and on behalf of the city of New York and our small business and property owners that we're really at a great tipping point for the Bronx as a whole. You know, we're very lucky that in this district alone last year, we saw $2 billion worth of private investment. So you know, when we talk about the Bronx is on the come up, we really mean it. And I think there's no better place to exemplify that than the hub.
I agree. And you know, there's so many businesses that we have right here in our borough that people don't have to go out. They can get the services right here.
And to that point, and I'm glad you said it that way, because that's exactly how I feel, right? the Bronx always had all the services, but the perception it carried, those of us who've been here forever are saying the Bronx has always been this gem, and it took a long time, but now it's like, look what we have. We've always had it. It's just on a bigger scale and on a much broader scale, right?
Yeah.
So now we're saying we're here, very visible. Do your businesses here. Like you see all the small businesses here tonight that have partnered with BronxNet. I'm going around saying, oh my God, join the chamber. I want to promote you, right? Because they're all family-owned businesses. And that's the backbone of what we have here. We did this whole survey through the chamber that says like 85% of the businesses in the Bronx are small business and minority owned. So everything you need is here. The Bronx Chamber is here to help like lift them. Because what we want to see, and I think that's, on the more serious note, is the Bronx is at a tipping point, right? That's so huge. But the Bronx needs to get service in the Bronx. You need to stay and work in the Bronx. Like we have all of this, and the ones that should be benefiting from it are the ones who have been here, have stayed here through good and bad, and the businesses that are opening are all local. So the chamber's saying the message, look, you're coming here, make sure that you invest first in our Bronx businesses, grow all you need to grow, but use our restaurants, use our businesses, use our bids, our business improvement districts, and everything you need. You will never have to leave this borough again, and that's the way we want it. That's our mission.
That's all right. Well, I'm going to see you through. I know you guys are going to see it through.
And we have BronxNet to take us on that journey visually.
Thank you both so much for being here. Always great seeing you.
And welcome to the hub.
Thank you for having us.
Welcome.
Yes, I'm here to stay.
I'll come over on this side and visit for a while.
Thank you. We'll have lunch.
Absolutely.
That's right. I'll take care.
We have our choice of restaurants.
That's right.
All right, we have to take a quick break, but stick around. We'll be right back with more of the grand opening right here at the Hub. To close out our show, let's welcome these talented artists who have gracefully been playing music for us all night. Acute Inflections.
Veronica, Acute Inflections has been setting the jazzy vibes here at our opening at South Bronx at the Hub at BronxNet. I'm here with them now just to find out a little bit about this amazing jazz duo. How are you?
We're good.
Hanging in there.
You've been playing all night. Just tell me a little bit about your jazz duo and how you came to be.
Well, it was kind of by accident. We were asked to do a show, and it was supposed to be a whole band. And the day of the show, only the piano player and Siddiqui showed up. So the piano player said, "Why don't you two just do it by yourselves?" I said, "No." So we started, and he started to play, and then he just stopped. And 7 years later, here we are.
Yeah, everyone liked it better with just the two of us, so we've been seeing where this takes us, and it's taken us some good places, I guess.
It's a happy accident then. And you've opened up, I've read online, for Sting and Jennifer Hudson, but how does it feel to do an intimate setting like this in the Bronx, at BronxNet?
Well, we feel like we're giving back to the community, and actually some of our early years were in the Bronx. We were living off of Mussolud Avenue and growing the business from inside my apartment. And so we feel a little affinity to the Bronx because some of our story was here.
Yeah, and I enjoy playing when you feel a connection with the people. It's not a huge audience of 3,000 people not paying attention, making a bunch of noise. It's nice to be able to connect and see what people like and respond to.
And tonight you're giving out complimentary CDs. Can you tell us about your album so far that you've made together?
Okay, well, the first one, you can tell about the other. But the first one that's available tonight is Electric Psychology, which is our latest CD that you can listen all year round. It has even a few originals on there as well, so hopefully the people who love it, who got one.
And then we're also giving away our holiday album. It's called In December. And yeah, it's got a bunch of fun holiday songs, and hopefully you'll enjoy it.
We definitely will, because I've been loving the vibes over here. Where can we find your music? Online?
Yes, we can be found on our website, acuteinflections.com, Instagram, at Acute Inflections, Facebook, all of them at Acute Inflections with an S at the end.
Thank you so much, and I'm going to let you guys take it away. We're going to close out with Acute Inflections, continuing their performance here at BronxNet at the Hub. Thank you for tuning in to Open World, our very special episode and grand opening at BronxNet at the Hub. I'm Sanji Lopez, and Veronica Guiti has been on the set all night. Have a good night. Thank you.
Is a folk on the road, love's last episode. There's nowhere to go. Oh no, you made your choice. Now it's up to me to bow out gracefully, though you hold the key. But baby, whenever you call me, I'll be there. Whenever you want me, I'll be there. Whenever you need me, I'll be there. I'll be around. Whenever
Thank you very much.